Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back. With nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast for women over 50 with Eden Kendall and Christine Stone. Both of us are now not in our 50s, but we've been there, done that. So maybe you'll get something out of this episode, even if you're a 50. Let me tell you what my husband refers to himself now as, because he turned 60 in October. He keeps calling himself a fresh 59. He's like, I'm not 60, I'm a fresh 59.
You know what? My husband is a few months younger than me. And believe me, when I was 59 and then turned 60, he did the same thing. It's like he was walking around the house going, you're 60 and I'm still 59. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, man. Okay, so we have a multi-tiered show for you today. So what we're going to talk about in our main little middle section there, the sandwich meat of it, is going to be about being a people pleaser and whether or not it's worth being one. And then we have an organizational tip at the end, as we tend to all the time. And we're going to start out with things that are on our radar. We both watched a movie called Voicemails for Isabel, and oh my gosh.
I think it goes up there with like Steel Magnolias and
Yes.
Beaches. And I mean, I sobbed through the whole thing. And it's not even sad, the whole thing. It just was so, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really
I started crying from the minute it started. From the second it started, I was
so
crying.
sweet.
And at the end, I was crying. It's so sweet. It's so cute. It's so funny. It stars Zoe Deutsch, who is the daughter of Leah Thompson.
Oh, she
who I
is?
love.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, her dad is a director. I think he is. Howard Deutsch is his name.
Oh,
Or
I
somebody
didn't know
Deutsch.
that was her daughter.
And Leah Thompson from Back to the Future. And remember, she had a show.
Oh, yeah.
She's been in a lot of stuff. That movie I used to love in the 80s, Some Kind of Wonderful. She was in a lot of things. But yeah, so Leah Thompson's the mom. And I just saw, it's so cute. I just saw on Leah Thompson's Instagram, and she's one of us, she's got to be in her 60s. She was doing the dance, because there's a dance to a song in the movie.
Yeah,
so she was doing the dance.
Yeah, that
So it
was
was very
so
cute.
cute.
It's a great movie.
Definitely worth watching. Now,
Yeah.
did you watch it with your husband? My husband
did.
See, my husband would never watch that movie.
He liked it. We watched it because our daughter said, you have to watch it.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
It was so good.
That's not his thing. But I
It's,
kind of like it. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but you just need a good cry, and you need something to kind of inspire it so you can get it all out of your system. That was that movie. You get it all out.
The thing I like about a movie like this is, yes, there's a good cry, but it's not a cry that's going to smack you in the face. It's a cry because you know from the very beginning that the premise of this is that this guy has a phone, and this is in the trailer. This guy has a phone, and it's the phone that used to be the number assigned to her late sister. And so she leaves voicemails for her late sister. And that's the premise.
Yeah.
So so the thing that's going to make you cry is the sweetness surrounding it. It's not like you're falling in love with the character and then boom, shockingly they're gone.
Right.
Those are the movies I'm like, don't get me to fall in love with someone, and then
But she doesn't know that he has the phone.
Right. And
She
so there's
thinks it's still her sister's phone.
the whole thing is
Yeah,
so
it was
sweet.
so
It's
good.
just really
Yeah.
cute and funny.
Yes.
Very, very funny. And she's great. So, okay. So that is one of the things on the radar. I wanted to talk to you about this because you were somebody who loved this before it, you were really all about the sets. Remember when we first started
Yes.
this podcast, you were all about the sets. And by sets, I mean two-piece outfits.
Love them.
And at the time, it was mostly like like a nice long sleeve t-shirt or a jacket, and then like
Yeah.
joggers or pants. But now it's really kind of morphed into more like instead of a jumpsuit, you've got a top and a bottom that goes, and it can be capris or it can be a tank top. And I am in love with these things now. I have like several that I've gotten at Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Nordstrom and Instagram. I mean,
They
not
just
Instagram,
make
Amazon.
they just make getting dressed, especially when you're older,
Yeah,
it makes getting dressed so easy because then you could just accessorize everything else, your jewelry, your purse, whatever, your shoes, but the outfit's already done for you. And
right.
you can, when you're on vacation, you can mix and match everything if you wanted to. Just take from each set.
Mhm.
I just love a set. I do.
I
I
love
love
a
a
set,
set.
a good set. That's on my radar. What about you? Any new products in your lineup, or you've been very good
Well,
about
mine is
keeping
all
your
about shoes. One of them,
Oh,
okay, no
did you
making fun,
okay,
okay?
but
My new
okay.
Crocs.
I was gonna ask if you got your house shoes, but those are
Well,
not your
okay,
house
here,
shoes.
no, they started as house shoes, okay? They have a platform, which I love. The problem is they were so comfortable, I started wearing them out.
So they look to me like a rubbery version of the old Dr. Scholl's, those
Yes,
wooden shoes, except they have a second strap.
they have a second
S
strap and it's adjustable, so I can adjust it. And
They're
they
cute,
are so comfortable. So they
and they're
started and
Crocs.
they're Crocs. They come in other colors too, like black or whatever. But I mean, to tell you, they are so comfortable. I wear them in
Right.
the house and now I wear them outside of the house. So now I have to find a new pair of just house shoes since these go outside too. Shoes will always be my, you know,
Did you
problem.
try the OOFAs yet? Did you
I
try
haven't
them
tried
yet?
the OOFAs yet, but they're definitely on my radar to
Good.
try. So,
Okay.
because, you know, I just have given in. I said I just can't do the shoes that hurt my feet anymore. Period.
Mhm.
It's just not worth it.
Period. End of
Yep.
story.
Yep.
End of story. So I got a new product at Sephora the other day, and you wouldn't like this product because it's scented and you don't like scented
Oh no.
products.
Yeah, but what
It
is
has a
it?
vanilla kind of scent, and I like it. But it is a shimmery oil
Ooh.
that it's called. I'm going to spell it because I have no idea how to say it. Cyklar, Cyclar, and it was a pretty big bottle, and it's got the shimmery, like when you look at it. But when you put it on, it gives you kind of a little bit of a glow, and I really like it. So I have it on my shoulders today. So can
I
you see my
like
shoulder?
anything that gives you a little shimmer.
Yeah, I think that that's a really youthful look,
Yes.
and so I really like that. So I just got that, but I did like it specifically because it also had that kind of like a light vanilla scent to it, which I enjoy.
Well, I have
Um,
been on the amlactin train, and
what's that?
it's a exfoliating body lotion, and it's fragrance free,
Okay.
so you know I love that. And I thought I wasn't gonna like it because I saw it all over social media for women that are over 50, and I have to tell you, I'm on week number 4 or 5. I mean I have definitely seen a difference. I've
You
even
have?
had people comment, like, "How did you
Oh,
get your arms, like, to look," and I'm like, "Amlactin." So,
Amlactin. Hang on,
yeah,
I'm
it
writing it
comes
down.
in different strengths. I'm on the
Does it
green and
have retinol in it?
yes, and
Because
I'm
I'm
on the
getting
green and white.
bombarded. Okay.
I'm doing the green and white bottle.
Because I'm suddenly getting all kinds of things that tell me I need to be putting retinol on my arms.
Legs and arms and
Okay.
backs of my legs, like, anywhere you get, like, kinda bumpy, like,
Mhm.
the backs of your arms, your elbows, your knees, but I put it all over. I put it everywhere on my stomach. I even have been using it on my neck every
Uh-huh.
single day. And I'm telling you, I don't like a lot of body stuff.
Uh-huh.
But this stuff is really good. So I've been using it. I mean, I still use my other one, the crate control, but to me now, this one is just so much smoother. Like it's not sticky at all. And when you live in Florida in the summer, you can't have sticky.
No, you
Hmm.
cannot have sticky.
No.
No, you cannot. All right. Well, that's something now that I have to go run out and buy. Thanks.
Drugstore.
Okay. So, we're going to come back and talk about being a people pleaser. And this is something you wanted to talk about because of a current event that's about to
Yes.
happen at the time that we're recording this. You're going to hear it after the fact, but just hang on. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Sometimes you want something cold, refreshing, and delicious without the next day hangover. Bar Taco has joined the Hearts for Minds Mocktails with Meaning campaign, and they're bringing the flavor. Their Honeydew Agua Fresca is part of the Hearts for Minds free ebook, packed with alcohol-free recipes from restaurants. This dry July, download the free Mocktails with Meaning ebook and discover that going alcohol-free never tasted so good. Visit heartsforminds.org to download your free ebook and connect to mental health resources in your community. Okay, we are back, and today's topic is about being a people pleaser when you are over 50. Not that you shouldn't be trying to be nice to your friends and taking care of them at any age, but there is a point where you stop thinking about really what your needs are, and you worry more about pleasing other people than you do. Or sometimes you're worried so much about pleasing people that are extended from you that you don't treat the people closest to you the best. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to let that get in your own way.
Well, of course, I found this subject fascinating
All right,
because,
yeah.
because of your birthday coming up.
Yeah.
We had a whole discussion, and I saw it from two different points of view. One, it wasn't so much like when you say no to an invitation and you feel guilty about it. It's more like for this, like, I was fascinated on why it would bother you if people weren't having fun or they thought it was too hot or, that type of stuff.
Right.
This isn't about just saying no to an invitation or going out at night or something like that. So, of course, you know me, I had to do a little bit of research because I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist. And I I loved this because it says putting others first is so you can avoid conflict and keep the peace. So the reason why I say that is because I feel like somewhere along your journey in life, it was just easier for you to avoid conflict and keep the peace. So you just carried that through your entire life. And you don't want anyone to rock the boat. If someone rocks the boat, then you're not keeping the peace. Make sense?
Yes. Yes. So okay. So what happened was, yes, I've already turned 60, but coming up this weekend here in our city, we are going to do a get together at the same bar rooftop bar where we had an impromptu 50th birthday. My husband's also turning 60. We're having our 30th anniversary. And then I was talking to my friend Nancy, and I said, I just can't do it. It's canceled. I just can't do it. And I've explained this in another episode. She's like, you're doing it. I'm going to be in charge of all the people from our workout group and whatever. So you don't have to feel like you've left anyone. I'm on that. And you invite people, through your work and through radio and TV and what have you. And so what I opted to do was just kind of hang a flyer up and, hope that people would just that way. Because here's the thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about hurting feelings of people who didn't hear about it or didn't get invited. And at the same time, I'm worried that people are going to be annoyed that they got invited.
Okay, but so my question
because I don't like getting invited to things.
Well, my question is, first of all, doesn't that get exhausting?
Yes.
That's my first question.
Yes. And then I'm worried about whether or not they're going to have a good time. And then I'm worried about, does this person know a few other people? So if they do come, and also what if they come early and the people they know come late?
Okay, this is so good. I can't. And then I said to you, boy, I find this fascinating. And maybe that's why I'm a homebody, because I don't have to worry about any of this because I'm such a homebody. But I honestly think also, because you just turned 60, that this will eventually really, and now we're being serious, will eventually really get exhausting. I think that, you may even find yourself taking a little time to hibernate a little bit and not, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there because I think this would be so exhausting to care so much if someone's having fun, if their friends showed up, if they're hot, what if they, can't find parking? I mean, this fascinates me. Look, your face at that. Oh, no. She didn't think about the parking.
So, no, I'm not worried about the parking. But then, okay. I think you're so right, because there's going to then be holiday dinners with spouses of my kids, or, now we're starting to talk about other, family stuff. You're right. Exhausting.
Well,
is a great
it gets
word for
exhausting. And also what I saw in here was people pleasers act out of fear of rejection, not kindness, which I've also found fascinating.
That tracks to me, because that tracks to me.
It says you might think
sense.
Your worth depends on helping others. You may feel guilty when you say no because you take responsibility on how other people feel. And that's where I think in your 60s versus your 50s, your 50s, you're kind of learning that you're getting annoyed or you're getting sick of it or you're getting tired of it. But in your 60s, for some reason, and I don't know what that is, it's just too exhausting to even do anymore. I mean, but you're a young
really
60.
Is something there. I'm fresh 60. The thing that you said that makes really good sense is that it's more a fear of rejection than it is out of kindness, because I'm not trying to suggest that I'm a villain, but I've said this before. I'm like, I think I come off like I'm a lot nicer than I am because my motives may not be as pure as one might think. Like maybe that is what my motives are. Maybe I am worried that someone's going to leave and say, well, that party was stupid. She threw a stupid party. So,
but you know what's funny? I honestly believe this 100%. I think when people put that much energy into that, what they don't realize is no one's giving your party a second thought after they leave. No one's giving your location where you're having the party a second thought. No one's caring that it's hot outside or any of those things. They're just there to celebrate you, and they're just there to have a good time. And I think overthinking things is also exhausting. Just because you're overthinking. You know what I mean?
We need to write that down as a title for a future episode about overthinking.
Yes.
Overthinking is definitely something that people do at any age. I mean, whether or not, it's that moment you walk away from a conversation and you're trying to reanalyze it when you were just somebody who floated through that person's orbit.
Right. And exactly.
And it's one thing to know it, it's another to practice it.
Right. And I also believe in what gets exhausting as well is when you go out in public, and this is why I think your home is such a sacred space and should be clutter-free and peaceful, because when you go out into the world, you're putting on a mask. Everybody puts on a mask because no one wants to hear about Debbie Downer, because then no one does want to be around you, even when you
Right.
want to go out, because they're like, God, she's always complaining or nothing's making her happy. So you put on a mask, even if you're not happy or something went wrong that day or you got in a fight with your husband, whatever it is, you're not going to go out and talk about it. So
Mhm.
you put your mask on and you go out and have fun. And I think in your 60s, at least for me, it gets exhausting. It really does. It's so
Mhm.
tiring because you just don't want to be a different person all the time. And you do
Mhm.
it for work as well because you're on air, you're on TV, so you can't, you have to be a certain way. So I think that my hope for you for your 60th birthday is that you go and you have a good time, and into your 60s you learn how to say no and not feel bad about it. You learn how to go and really enjoy something and not think someone's thinking something about it, because they're not. They're not.
And I have I accept that mission.
Okay.
I'm accepting the mission that you just put forth, my quest. And what I would hope is for those of you ladies that are joining us that are just a fresh 50, that you would not wait until you turn 60 to do that. Let's just go ahead and start that now at whatever age you're at, because I'm going to work on that. I'm going to use this as an exercise
Well, I think
to
when
work on that.
people don't work on it, then something happens where they're forced to work on it. Do you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you don't do it on your own, something in life happens where you're forced to work on it. So,
Mhm.
anyway, I'm done with my counseling session.
No, that was a good counseling session. Now, I know everyone listening is like, Eden, you could really use a legit licensed therapist. And that has happened. So don't you
Well,
worry about that either.
but also, don't you think it is in different stages of life? It's
It
more like
is.
life lessons.
It is life
Yeah.
lessons. And people pleasing, if you start to really think about it, I really am going to glom onto what you said. You have to think about it. It people pleasing isn't the same as people helping.
Right.
Accommodating somebody and being overly worried about their comfort and
Right.
their good time isn't the same as helping them solve a problem in their life that's a legitimate problem. It's not the same thing at all. So,
And wait till you
I
have
like this.
grandkids, by the way.
Oof.
You're gonna be so exhausted, you're not gonna care what anyone thinks. You're gonna collapse in a bed
You mean I'm gonna start this whole new thing where I'm trying to be all like,
Right.
spry
Oh,
and
yeah. No.
yeah.
So, reframe the guilt. I
Reframe
would.
it.
Guilt is just the
Let's
feeling of breaking an old, comfortable habit.
look at you.
I know. What can
You
I
should get a podcast. And during that podcast at the very end, you should give an organizational tip. And so will you
Yes.
do that when we come back?
Yes.
We'll be right back.
On the under $3 menu at McDonald's, a McChicken is $1.50. Because when you're craving a McChicken, you deserve a McChicken. And now that McChicken is just $1.50 with McValue.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Okay, we are back, and Christine is going to please all us people on our people-pleasing episode with an organizational tip. So what do you have?
Okay. Well, women over 50 are often at the stage of life where they're not only dealing with their own sentimental items, but they are inheriting stuff from relatives and aging parents. And I feel like women over 50 feel like they're obligated to be the keeper of all this stuff.
Because they want to people please.
Right, because they don't want anyone to get upset. Like, you can threaten to throw your kids' yearbooks out, and sometimes they don't care. They're like, fine, do it. But other times they're like, you can't do that. And then you're like, okay, you want to come over and get them? And they're like, well, no, I don't have any place for them. So you feel obligated to keep everyone's things. So my thought for this topic, when you're trying to avoid guilt and also being a people pleaser, is number one, do I have a real place for this stuff? That's another thing. Over 50 people are downsizing. They are going into condos. They're leaving the big house that they raised the kids in. So do you really have the room to store everybody's stuff? Or are you just storing it and giving up space that you could be using for yourself because you feel guilty telling people to come get their stuff, or to sell the stuff that you don't want because you'll feel guilty? So really looking at what is going on in your life when you're storing everybody else's stuff. So number two, does this connect me to that person in a meaningful way, or it just reminds me that I can't say no? So if you look at this stuff and you're like, I don't even want it, but I can't say no, to me, that's something you also need to look at. If you don't want it and it's taking up space in your house, why are you keeping it? Why can't you say no, or say, I'm getting rid of it, come over and get it, or it's going to Goodwill, or I'm selling it, whatever you're going to do with it. And the last thing is there someone else in the family who would genuinely love this more? And if the answer is no, you have permission to get rid of it or pass it on if they say yes. So I feel like people pleasing affects every part of your life, including your home life and living a clutter-free life, because a lot of stuff that people keep is just out of guilt.
So in other words, if somebody's cousin or sister says, I can't believe you threw out Aunt Martha's grandfather clock, as long as you said to them first, who wants this clock?
Yeah.
If they all said no, why is it your responsibility?
Because people feel like they're the keeper of the stuff. And so it isn't your responsibility. You just have to learn to say, I didn't have any place to store it. I took a picture of it and then I let it go. So if you want to see that picture, but I asked and you didn't want it. So I don't have the room to store everybody's stuff. And it's as simple as that.
All right.
So
well, thank you for making it so easy for us to end the show. I know exactly what I'm going to say at the very end. But before we do that, if you have any questions about what Christine just said, or you want to talk about being a people pleaser, or you just want to please us by, joining our group on Facebook, Uncluttered and Unfiltered Ladies Only. That's our private group, not to be confused with the other social media we have that's open to the public to comment on. And please do share us with just one friend. And in the meantime, if you have Aunt Martha's grandfather clock, you can let it go.
And don't look back.